Welcome to my channel. My name is BelsheBit. I break down the complexities of Wilder World, Zero, and Meow Chain into manageable bits of information. And the least I ask is that you support me by subscribing. If you don't want to miss out on any of the information, I want to be able to make sure you get all of the new and exciting information coming out, and then my insights on it to maybe better explain what's happening, how you can benefit from it, and how you can start making money every day with these three companies. So let's start right here with this tweet that he sent out a few days ago that I'm calling devlog 8.3.6.9 because it was jam-packed full of information. And I've even gone down and taken notes, and we're going to talk about it now. So he goes on to talk about the launch of 0.5.0, which will be opening up the large-scale part of Midnight in Wiami with the public. And so you're going to be able to go to the Epic Games Store, be able to log on, and be able to download and play the game just as if you would do any other game within it. Before, it's been kind of a dev portal, which you've had to gain access through going through Discord and getting access to it. And now you're not going to have to do that. It is going to be available to anybody. And I'm going to give you some alpha straight off the bat, something that was shared with Neo this morning in Zero Messenger. And that is this view of a test done by the test was done by Metagravity and the team that shows, if you see on the upper left-hand corner, 111 cars. This is amazing. This is incredible to see all of these cars. You can see this individual weaving in and out, and you can see that line of cars. And basically, it's a test in Unreal Engine 5 that these things are capable. So don't expect that this is what's coming out in 0.5.0. He goes on to talk about is how much they are working on the open world. Some additional information that came out about this was by Kadir, one of the individuals working with the world team. And he released this information where you were able to go to his account and to be able to see some of the work that's being done. So as you can see here, we have this video, which then goes in to show the open world. Here we have Ernesto Salvaje walking through. There's a coffee shop there, the nighttime with the rain and everything, and it's just showing the ability to be able to walk through the world. And they're working really hard to be able to open this up for everybody by the end of the year. There's just so much that individually you're like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But when you bring it all together and you create something as incredible as what's coming out, you've got to have nothing but props. And then here you have this awesome look into the FPS that's going to be coming out this year too. So I'm just really excited. I love that he shared this. I love that we got a look into Little Meow and a look into the future of what's coming with the open world. And so a shout out to Kadir for making that happen. Full disclosure, I'm heavily invested in these companies. I've been so for 3 years. I promote it because of my passion for them and what I believe. I'm just a community member. I'm not affiliated with the team. I just love bringing good information to the masses to help them better understand, because it helps me feel like I'm doing my part, educating people, helping people, breaking down these complexities, bringing them insight, sharing my opinion, but allowing you guys to do what you want. There's no bad way to do it. Even if you don't choose, you walk away, you believe in other projects, that's perfectly fine. But I'm heavily confident in this project and the team and the community. I'm so excited about it. Anyone that knows me knows this to be true. So moving on with the tweet from Neo, he goes on to talk about combat, that they have this major progress that of what FPS is coming. And I've been starting to play games like Shrapnel and X-Defiant and Halo Infinite, and I went into Warzone with Call of Duty. And obviously, these are great games. But there's things from a casual player like myself, like I love to play games. Mostly, I love to play games with friends. And I'm noticing, like, I'm like bombarded with things, and it's so difficult to just get in and play a game. And so I'm going to be playing these games with Longsleev, and he has a much better like take from a true gamer aspect, where like I'm coming from a casual, just I understand kind of the crypto, blockchain, Web3 kind of space. And so I'm going to come from like the masses coming in, what are they going to feel like? And then, Longsleeve will be able to help share a better take of like a true gamer, of like what's important to have in there, what's important not to, what's important to like make it fun and adaptable to not only gamers that are going to be clocking hundreds of hours into it, but also of how like just the UI should look, how things should play. There's a lot of information that I not really going to share now, but essentially we talk all the time. We share with each other all the things, and we thought, why not share with other people some of our insights? Because Longsleeves is kind of going his way, I'm kind of going my way, but our paths are crossing in different points, and we want to be able to share that with individuals from a gameplay, right? Like I bring a lot of technical information to you guys. I bring a lot of like maybe ways that you can best look at how you yourself would want to invest within Wild World, because I'm not here to give financial advice. And so I'm trying to be careful with my wording, because I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea that like I'm trying to push, like if you invest or don't invest, it doesn't matter to me. I make my own decisions. I'm not here to influence you one way or another. I want to bring you information so you have it. And part of that I feel like is like having fun, enjoying, connecting with people, being in the community. That's what it's about. All this other technical stuff is like an extra benefit to it. And if you see that people will benefit from it and you want to invest in it, that's up to you. If you just want to come in and have fun and connect with people, there's an avenue for you too. It doesn't just have to be about what money you make or how, what investment you make, only if you choose. And I choose to because I believe in it. I also choose to be around it because I love the community and I want to play games and have fun with my friends. And so that's something that me and Longsleeves talk about all the time. So you can expect that to come later on as we flush out how we want to go about it. But I believe he comes from a great place of a true gamer, where I'm not going to come from that like way. And so I want to support him in that avenue, in that lane, in that path that he wants to go down. And I want his like expertise, his knowledge, and be able to help me with my community to be able to give you a full take of all of this information. And so I'm super excited. I bring that up with the open world and the combat because that closely relates to that gameplay, and to be able to bring you that information. And so something that Neo said that I loved is that he said they are going to dominate the Web3 industry when it comes to FPS and combat. That is a big statement. There are some really good games. One that I should be in playing right now that I haven't gotten into because Zero Messenger came out is Off the Grid. And I'm really excited for this one. I've heard so many great things about Off the Grid. And they seem to be the top competitor right now in Web3 FPS. Now, again, I don't know every single one. You may disagree with me. A lot of people are looking at Shrapnel. I played Shrapnel for a little bit. I'll tell you right now, I wasn't impressed. Now, again, I'm not a professional gamer, and I know it's like early stages. And so I have a lot of grace for them. But my initial going in, not being able to use a controller, having to use my keyboard, I was dying left and right, and which is my fault, which is fine. But like my experience so far has been kind of subpar. But then again, it's just the beginning. For all I know, the next time I get, it's just going to be better and better and better. So I'm not really speaking out negatively to Shrapnel. I'm just saying my first experience, I was like, meh, I don't know. I don't see what the big huff and puff about is. So I've got to put more hours in. I didn't even put an hour in. So again, take it with a grain of salt. Don't take my word for it. There are so many more people out there clocking many hours that will be able to give you a better take on it. This is just like my initial. I mean, I went into Call of Duty Warzone and I was just like bombarded with everything. I couldn't even get in to play a game, and I didn't even play. I logged out because I was like, there's just so much here. I don't even know where to begin. And so as a casual person, I was like, I was done. But I got into Halo. I played a couple games there. I had a decent, fun time. And I was like, yeah, I'll probably try this again. But it wasn't anything that blew me away. It was just, I was glad I was able to get in, start playing games with people, and experience like what it was about. So anyways, moving on, they're talking about the alpha launch when it comes to what I've already talked about with Midnight and Wiami, and being able to publicly launch onto the Epic Games Store, which is huge to be able to do that. And it'll help remove friction, which is what they talk about here. Remove friction of people getting in and being able to play the game. It's just massive. It's a monumental moment, especially when you're building out in the community, right? It's going to open up an opportunity to be able to get people in there. Right now, the wish list is like, we're like at 19, maybe we're at 18 now. And that's pretty big. And I'm super excited about that. And so I hope a lot of people get in, they play, they clock some time in, they get their experience, give their real feedback. But it's only going to get better. They keep releasing update after update after update. And if they do this consistent, what I've learned, and I've learned just through like watching some YouTube channels, listening to other game developers, and kind of learning what people's experiences have been and what they've learned, is if they release these updates on a consistent basis and it continually improves, where there's like these small updates and then big updates, there's better reason for people to come back and play, right? So maybe it'll be a spike and people will play for a time, and that like play time will drop off. As long as it's consistent and people know what to expect, they will come back during those times to continue to play. And the more they play and the more they're with people, the more like overall play time on these games will be. And that's what we need. We need to expose them to the Wilder World Zero Meow Chain ecosystem so that they can see what they like and what they want, and they can start to enjoy all these things and stay within the ecosystem and have a really good experience. So that is the focus. That is what we want, and they're doing it. Another thing to help bring people from other areas is GeForce. Not everyone can afford a multi-$1,000 rig to play a lot of these games, but GeForce will break those barriers to allow people to come in and play the game and enjoy their time within not only Wilder World but other games. And it's just a new way to connect people and create less friction in playing the game. And so it's bringing Wilder World Zero and Meow Chain to everybody, everywhere. It's going to be an everything app that is decentralized, that creates it where you don't have to worry that your information is being sold off to the biggest bidder or just a large quantity of individuals. You can trust that this is decentralized. Your information, you are a sovereign entity in control of all of your assets, your identity, your information, and still be able to enjoy and have a good time utilizing what we already enjoy in these legacy companies, but now in a much safer, better way on top of better technology like blockchain. and be ahead of the curve. And we can watch all of these legacy companies go to the wayside because they were too stubborn to be able to adopt it. Or you're going to start seeing them adopt it because they can see that nothing they can do can stop this technology from moving forward. Anyway, hopefully it improves the lives of all the users. I believe here the best thing is that all of your information, your identity, and your assets are protected and under your own control. Moving on is avatars, mining, and land. I think we're moving away from the old tradition of NFTs, but with that said, NFTs will be bigger than ever, just utilized in a different way. Instead of it being like minting, using, and access, which limits it to a very small amount, it's going to be come on, use it, and in the background, you're going to be creating NFTs that will be attached to your passport, your ID, all of that. And it's still being minted. There's still NFTs, but it's not the old way of going about it, of whitelists and minting and buying and going and getting it. It's going to be other means. That doesn't mean that the old way won't still be utilized. I think it still will. Wilder World will still fulfill their promises, but the vast majority will be done in different ways. Now, all the Genesis assets, that's where a large amount of value will be, because attached to those Genesis assets is the DAO. The DAO is in control of basically the product being created underneath those industries. Those industries in time will create their own revenue. That revenue is what's going to be able to go back, and you can access those benefits probably through staking your Genesis NFTs, just like they're about to do, and we'll go over here soon, where you'll be able to stake your industry NFTs, be able to earn through staking. And the only way that you're going to be able to earn is if those industries have a revenue that contributes to it. Otherwise, where's that money coming from? Like, money doesn't come for free all the time. I mean, I know a lot of people are thinking that's like how things are done with these airdrops, and they're just like, hand it to me, give it to me for free. Now pump it, make it value. And they have this like really distorted way of believing that like business is done. Business is done when you create value, and value is created through product or services or entertainment. And Zero, Meow Chain, and Wilder World are trying to do all three, right? They're trying to create all of these types of products to be able to, cut into the market and get your attention and provide a better way for you to be able to enjoy these things that you enjoy with these legacy companies, but in a better, safer way, because they have this platform, they have this belief, and they are sticking to it, and they're working together as a team in order to fulfill this vision of sovereignty and decentralization and breaking away from old traditions of giving so much control to these larger companies, but allowing us each to have more control and more ability to access access the profitability of supporting companies that are doing it right. And so right now you can support them early and probably have a larger benefit down the road. But the hope is that it will be something that transforms the way we do things in society. And it not just be localized to, say, the US, but also worldwide, giving it access to everyone. And that is what Wilder World is trying to do, is give access to everyone, and that it is an everything app, where you're going to be able to buy product, buy services, buy education, get free education, free product, free, there's just going to be so much ability, but they have to build the infrastructure, and that's what they're doing. And the exciting part, I hope you can see it. I am so excited. I know I'm kind of a serious individual, but I'm like dying inside. I am so pumped. My kids hear it all the time. My girlfriend hears it all the time. My brother hears it all the time. I'm now reaching out to more friends. Most of them look at me like I'm crazy, but I believe in, what? If I believe that there's something big, share it with your friends. Share it with the people you know. Don't feel greedy about it. share it with people, give everyone an opportunity, but ultimately in the end, everyone has to make their own decision. And if they take it, great. If they don't, great. It's up to everybody else. But I believe that I have somewhat of a responsibility to share it. If I truly believe as much as I do, share it with the people I care about and the people I'm connected to, and maybe they benefit from it as well. Maybe they don't. And maybe I'll benefit, and someday I can help other people in new ways because of what I've gained through believing in these projects early on. I talk about this all the time. I'm super passionate about that. That's why I have my channel. I don't make anything from any of this, but I'm just so passionate about sharing and helping people because I get so much gratification out of seeing that I've helped someone. All the messages people reach out and tell me, all the things that people say, that in many ways is a reward. And I'm in this for the long term. This will age well. The content I put is good content. I believe in it. That's why I do it. I always think, is this content I would watch? And if so, then I believe that I personally am creating content. Do other people create better content? Sure. Are there bigger influencers with bigger things that they're going to come in and they're going to talk about it? Yes. But they don't educate as well as I do about the complexities in here. And so I believe I'm a great asset to those types of influencers because I have the content, the information, the know-how, the experience within these worlds, within these companies, and that's why I share it. And so as you can see, I'm super passionate. But they also talk about a new marketplace is going to be coming out and a questing system, which is nearing launch. I'm super excited about both of these because I bet the questing system will be attached to ZXP, which is gaining experience within Wilder World, as well as in like MEOW Chain and Zero, as well as ZBI, which is like the economic version of it, and it's probably going to be some type of multiplier, and you're going to be able to do these different quests to do different things to then earn MEOW or possibly Wild, and a marketplace to where then you can use that MEOW, have a marketplace where you can buy, sell, trade things. All of this, super exciting. All of it's coming together, and I can't wait. I've been setting myself up for 3 years to make this possible, and so I'm just super excited that so much is here, and it's really close. It's like within the next 3 to 6 to 12 months that all of this is really going to be humming. But we'll move on to MEOW Chain. You know, the second testnet going live this week, which is super exciting that it's getting so close. In my ranking video where I rank the different assets within these three companies, a lot of people were surprised that I put MEOW Chain up at the top. And a lot of that is currently right now, if I was going to pick an asset that I believe has such a positive opportunity, I would say MEOW Chain. Now, I understand that with Zero Messenger and all of these rewards going out, that there's going to be, more MEOW within the market, which may drive the price down. And so I completely understand that. But if people really see the possibility of what could come, they may want to choose for themselves that it's something they want to invest in. Myself, I believe in at least having a bag of MEOW, and we're going to go over a few more things here, but I just believe in like exposing myself to all of it and waiting for the long game. I'm not too worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month. I'm more worried about what's going to happen at the end of this bull cycle, what's going to happen over the next 4 years after that, leading up to the next cycle, and making sure I'm prepared all around, because in that way I'm exposed and I win no matter what. I'm not too worried about buying the most bottom, selling the most top, and being able to like puff my chest and saying, look at me, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, look at what I did, you should all follow me, you should all do all this. Like, I don't believe in that type of educating or influencing. I'm not here for you guys to pump my bags. I'm here for all of us to win. And so I try to expose you all to all these opportunities because I'm making that decision myself, exposing myself to all the opportunities, and over a long period of time, I'm going to benefit. But you may have a different take, and that is totally fine. If you're playing the short game because that's what you need and that's what you want, by all means, I support you. I believe in you. I hope you make it. Just typically on this channel, I'm going to teach more long-term success, where you may find some short-term benefits along the way as well. So I'm just super excited for MEOW Chain to come out because gasless transactions could be a game changer where a lot of other companies want to build on MEOW Chain, which the more users, the more people taking advantage of it, and the more utility for MEOW, the better. And so I'm super excited about this. I can't wait for more to be developed, more to come out. And it looks like the next 30 to 60 days is going to be really exciting. And so going on, they talk about new staking contracts are completed. The audit is finished, and they're going through the release of the industry staking, starting with WillsDAO. So if you look at it, like right now, you've got the thing that you can kind of get the most rewards from is doing your 3x rewards now with liquidity pool staking and single-sided staking, which I've talked about. I've got videos that talk about that. By all means, please go and watch them if you want to learn about that. But that is currently probably one of the best rewards that you receive by participating in. And right now, Zero Messenger is the second one. Zero Messenger, now you can participate and daily make MEOW and be able to engage within that world. And so that's extremely exciting. Soon they're talking about new staking contracts, which will allow you for this Wills staking. So that'll be the industry staking, but starting with the WillsDAO. So you're going to be able to stake your Wills and be able to earn rewards for staking. And you can earn double rewards if you have a hideout Wills. And so now you're going to be able to make money every day in different ways. And the next one for industry staking is the Wills. So if that's what I'm saying, if you have kind of participated in all of it, you don't have to miss out on all of these things. And I believe that these small drips over time will be massive gains in the future. That's the approach I'm taking. Other people like those quick in and outs. I'm not a hit it and quit it kind of guy. I'm more of like long term. I like long-term relationships with my assets. And so that's the approach that I take because I believe I will be more successful over time. That's what I've learned in business. That's how I'm approaching it with my investments. But you guys choose whatever you want. I support you, and I'll be excited. You tell me how you think is the best way to invest. I would love to hear your feedback on what you think is the best for you. But moving on with this, they're talking about the bonding curve contracts, which have a lot to do that on MEOW Chain and with Zero, you're going to be able to create your own tokens, your own social tokens, and community tokens and other things, which then you'll be able to set the amount, you'll be able to set what you sell it for with an IDO and all those types of things. And so these bonding curves are really important because the more people hold and buy and all those things is what fluctuates the price, right, in that token. And so myself, even before all of this, at the beginning of this year, I talked a lot with my girlfriend about, how I might want to implement some of this within my community, with all of you watching, of how I can give back. Because if you support me and I give back, then it's this full circle of things, right? So for instance, if which I'm giving some codes here of possibility of new ways that content creators may go about it. But I believe in giving back to a community that gives back to me, right? If I benefit, why not you benefit? And so when I think about it in the content creation kind of world is I have BelsheBits.com, or I have BelsheBits, right? I have my YouTube channel, I have my Zero Messenger, I have X.com. I even post some on like Instagram and on TikTok, right? Shorts there. And so let's say I'm posting on there, and let's say I start making money on YouTube. I start making money on let's say X.com, right? I'm able to monetize there, and all of a sudden my community is growing and whatnot because they're liking, they're sharing, they're subscribing, they're doing all the things, right? And then all of a sudden I start making money. Why not incentivize everyone to continue to do that and say, by having my token, I'm going to be putting in 25% of everything I make all the time into this DAO, and somehow we build it, right? I haven't fleshed out how all of this is done. This is still things that I have to like work through, but these are just like thoughts I have. Why not put it in there? That means everyone benefits. That means the token goes up. That, DAO, they can then decide what they want to do. That maybe there's distribution. Maybe they want to build other things that bring another revenue to it. Maybe we can have it where their tokens can buy swag and product and different things that maybe I put out. And so instead of using real dollars, you can utilize these tokens in order to then purchase these real products. There's so many possibilities behind it, but in my mind, the biggest benefit is when you support me, I support you back. And so it's this full circle of supporting each other. And so that's something I'm kind of working on. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that would work. Maybe tell me what some of my flaws are. Maybe give me some better ideas of how to better that community or better the community and be able to give back to the people that support me. And in turn, it would benefit if a channel's making $1 million. I'm putting, in this example, $250,000 into it consistently. I'm winning, you're winning, everyone's winning because we are supporting each other, and we do this together as a community, a true community, not just getting on there, watching videos. You get the value from the videos, and then I get the value of monetizing. Now, that's all good because I'm telling you, there's a lot of work that goes into creating these videos, putting this out. One of the first things I would ever do is to pay an editor, help me with improving the product, right? Because as I get benefit, I can improve the product that I'm putting out, which then attracts more people, which then just improves the product, and vice versa. Everyone is winning. That's how I see it. And that's what I hope may benefit a community in the future. So when I was reading this, I went back to it. I think I wrote a bunch of thoughts down. It's something that I'm considering that would happen down the future. I just needed the tools to be able to do it, and those tools are coming out. So watch out for that. I'm excited. Obviously, I'm going to be using all the products, sharing all the products with you guys. And so I hope to just be able to improve the videos I make, that I put out, and improve the community that supports me from day one. So I just want to say thank you guys again. I love all the feedback I get, and I'm trying to think of ways how I can give back to the community. If I ever, become quote unquote successful in this and I start benefiting from it, I want to make sure I give back to the community that has always been there to support me. That's where I'm coming from. So anyways, those were the bonding curves. They also talk about introducing LP staking once the chain goes live. So that is not wild liquidity pool staking. That's already available. They're talking about MEOW liquidity pool staking, which you better believe I'm going to participate in because I have enjoyed the rewards and benefits I've received from the Wilder World liquidity pool staking. Again, I have a video for that if you want to learn more. And so I'm super excited that they're going to be doing this for MEOW as well. It goes on to talk about that working on single sign-on with social logons, which would be great, where you have one logon and you can access Epic Games Store X and your Zero account. I think that's incredible, especially if it's connected to ZNS identities. I mean, this everything store, everything app, it's just getting me so excited. I would love a one-stop shop, especially with a company that and a team that I trust and believe in. Super excited for that. It goes on to also talk about that all of this will connect to a passport, which is like your identity. There's and then all of this will connect to passport, which is like an identity, which everything kind of goes back to. It's like a central hub of your identity that you can attach wallets to, your ZXP, your ZBI, and all that kind of stuff that goes back to like one part. And it says here that like your questing system would be attached to it, which would help with the force multiplication of everything based on the actions that you perform and all the things that you do. If you hold trinities, if you have wild, if you use their products and all that kind of stuff. So it's really, really exciting. And then they're also planning on a series of airdrops, which anyone can go and access to. It's at 0.tech /airdrop, and you're able to sign up and be ready for those airdrops that are going to be coming. And that's really exciting, which you're also going to have force multipliers if you hold trinities, if you have a zero ID. Basically, they're trying to incentivize you to participate in all the products they have, to learn, to experience, to share with your friends, and to help everyone be able to benefit from these products that they have, and to get as many of these tokens into the hands of as many people as possible. That is their goal. He actually mentions that. He actually talks about it right here, that the strategy with MEOW is pretty simple. Get it as widely circulating in as many real human hands as possible. The more wild and ecosystem assets you hold, the more MEOW you will earn based on your activity. So it's like, you hold this, that's great. That's like step one. Now you have the multipliers. But how you gain the points is being active. And so then that's how it multiplies it. So it's this like step by step, or it's like you still have to act, but then you have these multipliers because you hold the assets. So you can't just like walk away and think you're going to gain. You're going to gain zero, because it's zero activity times all these assets. It has to be X amount of activity times all of these assets. So just to make that kind of clear. And then they go on to talk about that there's a new website coming out from MEOW. It's pretty basic right now, but really excited to see what this is, because I have no clue. I can't even share anything with you what we might expect on this new MEOW website. But it's nearing completion, so that's super exciting. Then it goes in to talk about Zero, which over the last 24 hours has been extremely, extremely exciting with Zero Messenger, which either I have already released that video or I'm going to release that video about Zero Messenger, which was just a quick off the top of my head video. So please be patient with me, because I just quickly put it together because there were so many questions, and I was like, I got to get something out to help answer as many questions as possible and get as many people on as easily as possible, and to help navigate people. So it's very basic, it's very raw, but I will create a new one as more updates come out and I can speak more clearly to it. But this was a 24-hour, I jam-packed everything I could in learning, and then I just kind of ranted on about what I learned, and I'm going through what how to sign up, what you can see, what's part of it, all of that kind of stuff. So I just want to put that preface there, not because I'm too worried, but I just want you to know what happens behind the scenes. I try to be very raw and very real with you. But these are a lot of my thoughts when it comes to this information. Some of the other tweets I had here was, here's another one from Zero talking about that they're pushing real hard on 3 fronts over the next 6 weeks, which is 1, getting 0.5.0 out, which is that public release, which I've already talked about. The new Zero release is soon, and so that will be over the next 2 weeks, which we have Zero Messenger, so I'm sure that's a part of it. that we'll be talking about the second Meow Chain testnet over the next weeks, which is aiming to take mainnet live over the next 1-2 months, which we've kind of already discussed. And then after this, focus on the shift will be a release of the shooter and the mini game and the token utility strategy. I'm telling, all of this is important. If you take a step back and you see, one, you've got to have these underlining products because everything is built on top of it. And if we're going to be doing play to earn, it has to be on top of a gasless transaction network, which is Meow Chain. If you want to keep everything within a nice, beautiful social network ecosystem, you've got to have Zero, and you've got to have a product working there. That way you can start connecting all of these things together to make it work and function correctly and smoothly. And that's why these alpha tests are coming out, so that the community can help spot some of the problems, some of the things that are broken, and so they can go in and get them fixed, because the hard things are already built. And now it's time to go in and add simple, good features, correct maybe some flaws, some of the, some things that are just not working properly, and kind of get it done. This is the beauty of it being built in public. A lot of people might see the flaws, like I'm talking about Shrapnel. That's why I give them a lot of grace, because I don't know what it's taken to go from A to B when they're releasing B. All I know is, well, this is what I experience when I go in. This is difficult, and I can share based on that, which I will. And I'm sure they're going to improve it, because I know they want to make their game as best as they can. I'm still backing Wilder World team, but that doesn't mean that both teams can't succeed. So I love testing these games that just give true, honest feedback. Because if I just stay within an echo chamber, I won't ever really see what's out there to actually give good feedback to all of you. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And then I'm trying to reach out to experts or people that are better knowledgeable to help give me feedback, to have me help me have a better understanding. And I would suggest that these are codes for all of you in investing and looking into these things, just to not have a win-win-win mentality or this sucks and leaves mentality. Like, have good context to things to better give true opinion. And that's what I'm trying to do. I think that's the value that I'm providing, that I'm not in this just for me. I am benefiting from it, but I'm also educating and sharing people, because that's something I'm passionate about and I believe in, because I want to be changed. I want to be different. I don't want to just be pumping my bags. I want all of our bags to be pumping. And that's all based on the different decisions that we each make. And we may approach it all differently, and one's bag may pump better than the other, but I'm not here to say which one you should do. I'm just here to say, here's some options. You choose for yourself which one's best, and hopefully we all win. That's what I want. That's what I hope for. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah, this was really cool by Neo, about the first-person shooter. He comes in, he says, this is the first level in the single-player FPS. It's a training simulation inside of a building in the Nexus neighborhood of South Beach. It will have 9 levels total. I think this is cool. So 9 levels total, is that like 9 different things you would phase into, right? Like 9 different maps, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. Or it's 9 levels and there's going to be gameplay up and down all these 9 levels. I'm not exactly sure, but it's super exciting. I truly believe in Wilder World and the whole team. Super pumped. I'm going to support them. But I want to give good, true, honest feedback. And that's what I'm trying to do through my excitement, where you sense that from me. That's important to me. So anyways, and moving on, let's see. Oh, that's the same one. And I think that's everything for today. But I'm super excited. I'm super grateful that you guys took all this time to listen to the things I had to say. I hope that you guys gained a lot of information from this. There's so much coming down the road in the next 3 to 6 months. There is so much coming for all of us to be excited about. I hope you make money every single day. I hope I make money every single day. I hope we each are just grateful and appreciative for this opportunity to be early in such great companies. But always remember that the best bits are the bits found in each one of you.